As a brief side note before getting into this video, like with the Vegeta and Gohan fusing video, I originally planned to make this a full series. It would have been based around them fusing permanently, but I decided to make it a one-shot. Also like the last video, if them being permanently fused is an idea you're interested in, let me know and I'll consider making a full series of it. If there's enough interest in the last scenario in this one, I might even consider doing my own take on what if Goku and Vegeta were permanently fused. Anyway, this timeline begins in age 774, with Goku tossing the Potara Earring to Gohan. Though, Gohan manages to catch it this time instead of missing it, so he puts it on his right ear like Goku told him to. Now, before continuing with the story, there's two things to discuss about Gohan, with the first being his personality. Gohan in his base form will get the easygoing and cheerful nature from Goku, with the humble and kind nature from Gohan. However, when transformed into his ultimate Super Saiyan form, he is arrogant and cocky. Now, the second thing to discuss is how strong Gohan would be. I have seen many debates on if Gohan would be stronger or weaker than Vegeta, and some people will argue one way or the other. So, for the sake of this timeline, since it focuses around Gohan, I'm going to say Gohan is stronger, which I personally believe Gohan would be stronger than Vegeta because of Gohan's immense power, though I also believe Gohan isn't the ideal fusion since he lacks Vegeta's tactical skills and strategic mind. Basically, I believe Gohan is stronger than Vegeta in terms of power, but less skilled than Vegeta in terms of fighting ability. Like in the Gohan video, Gohan will also use a form that is a combination of the Ultimate form and Super Saiyan. In case you didn't see that video, I briefly explained in it how we don't know if this form is possible, but I think it is, since we see it in one of the card games and since it was supposed to appear in Battle of Gods before it was cut. The fight between Buu Tanks and Gohan would go way more in favor of Gohan, since Buu Tanks is far weaker than Gohan and Gohan is stronger than Vegeta. He also likely doesn't toy around with Buu as much since the Vegeta side of Vegeta mainly calls him to toy around. It also wouldn't be long until the fight that Gotenks' fusion runs out, so it would be Gohan going against Bukalo, which Bukalo would be getting dominated in this fight by Gohan. Then with Vegeta, he would still arrive on the Earth from Otherworld, as he then takes off towards the battlefield. Vegeta arriving on the battlefield would be a brief distraction, as he tries to pick a fight with Buu. This doesn't go well for him, though, as Buu would be able to absorb him when he gets a chance, as he then becomes Vegeta. Even with Vegeta's power, Buu is weaker than he was as Buu Tanks, so you can't do much against Gohan. During their fight, Gohan was going to finish off Buu, but then the Goku side remembers something. Since Vegeta is dead and inside Buu, if they kill Buu, Vegeta's soul would be killed, so he'd be gone forever. So, this stops Gohan from killing Vegeta, but he lets himself get absorbed instead. Gohan will quickly free the absorbed heroes and good Buu, before blasting his way out of Super Buu. Since Gohan didn't toy around with Buu as much as Vegeta did, they have more time left to the fusion than Vegeta did, which, after Buu turns into Kid Buu, Gohan would be fast enough to stop Kid Buu from destroying the Earth. Then before he could try to blast the Earth again, Gohan uses the powerful version of the Kamehameha against Buu. Since both Goku and Ultimate Gohan's major attack is the Kamehameha, I decided to call this version of the Kamehameha the Transcendent Kamehameha. Regardless, it would be enough to vaporize Kid Buu, as Gohan then diffuses. From there, the rest of the saga generally goes the same, with the heroes regrouping on the lookout. They also make the same wishes within the Namekian Dragon Balls that they normally do. Unlike the video about Gohan, there aren't really many changes in the later saga since Fat Buu was freed from Super Buu in this timeline. So, all of Dragon Ball Super and the end of Z would go the same as it always does, since nothing about Gohan's fight against Buu would change the later sagas.